Morning, church. We are closing in on daily devotion number 100. We're at 99, I believe. And we're just going to throw a party. Not really. But we're going to read this parable here. I read this to you last time. But Matthew chapter 13, verse 42. He tells the whole story in one verse. And he said to them, "Therefore, every teacher of the law who becomes a disciple in the kingdom of heaven is like an owner of the house who brings out of his storeroom new treasures and old." So, if you look at your Bible, there is a New Testament and an Old Testament. There is an Old Covenant and a New Covenant. And yes, they are separated. But Jesus is explaining here, one who accepts Jesus, who comes into the kingdom of heaven, is one who will teach the new. But all those new things are attached somewhere in the old. So you will bring new treasures out of your storehouse along with old treasures. And so there is new teachings in the New Testament, but most of them are somewhere found hidden, like a pearl of great price or a treasure in a field. They're buried in there. Jesus is throughout the Old Testament. He's just not named Jesus. He's there. Some call it the scarlet thread that runs through the Bible. That is Jesus. And so we are not in the Old Testament. There is no such thing as an Old Testament Christian. There are New Testament Christians. Some things have passed away. The old has gone and the new has come. One of the greatest things that have come is grace. There was not that grace in the Old Testament, by and large. But grace came through Jesus. The law came through Moses. The law has been fulfilled through Jesus. You cannot fulfill it. You are not held by it. If you expect to be saved by the law, then you're under the law. That's what Romans says. And you have to do all of it. But we're not under the law. The way someone explained it to me one time was, you had an old boss and you got a new job and now you have a new boss. Once you have this new job and you're working there for a month or two, do you go back to the old boss and ask, "So, what do you want me to do?" No. He's the old boss. He don't pay you no more. You have a new boss. You have a new leader. You have new rules. And Jesus is the one that we follow. Granted, some of those new things are attached to the old. So that means I'm not supposed to go and murder someone. But that doesn't mean that I'm held by all the law. I have been set free from it. Chew on that for a while. All God's people said, amen.